Hello students. So today we will discuss a last part of this topic. Previous class we discussed about additional polymer and condensation polymer. In that polyamides, polyesters, formaldehyde polymer we discussed. We left with the two topics. First one that is natural rubber, vulcanization of rubber, and last we have to do biodegradable polymers. Let's do first natural rubber. First, that natural rubber, it is naturally occurring polymer which is obtained from latex of trees. So that is from rubber tree, latex of rubber tree. So monomer of this natural rubber is isoprene. That is 2-methyl-1,3-butadiene. 2-methyl-1,3-butadiene. So I will write the structure of isoprene here. That is CH2 double bond CH3 CH double bond CH2. This is N times. So this isoprene on polymerization, here polymerization, we are getting natural rubber. So this double bond is shifting to center carbon. C CH2 single bond CH3 double bond C CH2, like this chain will continue. This we call it as a polymer known as a polyisoprene or natural rubber. This is isoprene structure. On polymerization give natural rubber. Here this side double bond is shifting to middle of the chain, and same way the chain will continue. This is we call it as a polymerization of rubber. So naturally it is a soft. When we heat it becomes too soft, and on cooling it becomes hard. So it is a kind of thermoplastic polymer. It is an example for thermoplastic polymer. So because of this softness, it have a less elasticity. That's the reason this has to be vulcanized. What do you mean by vulcanization? So it is a kind of natural rubber in that we are introducing outside substance, that is a sulfur we are introducing into the natural rubber. So then it inhibits the or increases the property in that polymer. That process we call it as a vulcanization. So here this isoprene is a type of branched chain isomer. We learnt in first video that types of polymer. In that linear, branched and cross-linked polymer we studied. So this is a branched chain polymer. Here CH3 is a branching over here. So we have vulcanized the rubber to increase the tensile strength. So what is vulcanization of rubber? So here we are having a definition here. So vulcanization of a rubber is the process of heating rubber with sulfur in order to improve its property or increase its property. This is we call it as a vulcanization of rubber. Generally what we are doing, how much hardness we want, that much sulfur we are going to add here. For example, in tires we want 5% of hardness, so we have to introduce 5% of sulfur into that rubber. And one more thing, in battery case is nothing but battery which having outside of one case, that we want that that would be hard. So in that we are introducing 30% of sulfur in sulfur is used as a cross-linking agent. So in tires we are introducing 5% of sulfur, and battery case we are using 30% of sulfur. So how much hardness we want, that much sulfur we are introducing, or that much sulfur we are cross-linked into in that. So what is vulcanization is going to do is, so vulcanization is going to introduce into a cross-linked polymer. Is nothing but introduce a cross-linked polymer. So let's see the example over here. Same example, that is isoprene. It is in a straight branched line. I will write same. So in this, what we are doing, we are cross-linking with sulfur. So these are the straight chain polymers. So in this polymers, they having a less elasticity. So when we introduce or cross-linked agent, that is sulfur, into that, this we call it as a cross-linked agent of sulfur. So like this, there is a introducing of sulfur into this straight line. So this type of rubber we call it as a vulcanized rubber. Got the point? Okay. This cross-linked sulfur, that is going to make a more compact structure, and hence it is going to increase stiffness of that rubber. Okay, in exam they may ask difference between natural rubber and vulcanized rubber. Vulcanized rubber is nothing but the Bunais. Okay. Natural rubber, what will write the difference? It is a soft, on heating it become sticky. Natural, it is soft, on heating it become sticky. And vulcanized rubber, it is hard, on heating it doesn't or it not become sticky. That is the first difference. And second difference, in natural rubber, tensile strength is less, and in vulcanized rubber, tensile strength is more. Okay, and in natural rubber, third point, elasticity is less, and vulcanized rubber elasticity is more. And fourth point, in natural rubber, wear and tear resistance is very less. It can easily spoiled or destroyed, isn't it? And vulcanized rubber, wear and tear resistance is very high. We can say it is a better form of rubber. These are the differences. Okay, write down these references. They may ask for 2 marks. Next, move on to synthetic rubber. Synthetic rubber is going to be a man-made, isn't it? Synthetic rubber is vulcanizable rubber like polymer. We can say like that, vulcanizable rubber or man-made rubber. So in that preparation of synthetic rubber, we'll see the example. First example is neoprene. So neoprene, the monomer unit of neoprene is chloroprene. I will write the structure of chloroprene. Same, that is isoprene. Instead of writing CH3, here we are writing Cl. Here we are using CH3. That is, instead of writing CH3, we are using Cl. That is chloroprene. N number of chloroprene we are taking. On polymerization, we are getting neoprene. Same, CH2 single bond CCl. Here it is shifting, that is double bond, and CH2. Like this, chain will be continued. This is the polymer of this chloroprene, that is neoprene. Chloroprene, CH2 double bond CCl single bond CH double bond CH2, polymerization to give CH2 single bond CCl double bond CH single bond CH2. This is neoprene. This neoprene is a synthetic rubber. This chloroprene, we are obtaining this chloroprene from acetylene. First, by using acetylene, we are preparing the chloroprene. By using acetylene, we are preparing chloroprene. On this preparation chloroprene, we are going to polymerization to give this neoprene. Okay, let's see the uses of this. Uses of neoprene is used in the superior resistance to vegetables and mineralize. Superior resistance to vegetable and mineralize, and it is used for the manufacture of conveyor belts, gaskets and hoses. Next synthetic rubber is, that is Bunais. We already discussed in this. Monomer unit is butadiene and styrene. I will touch the structure of butadiene. It is also called 1,3-butadiene. So butadiene is nothing but CH2 double bond, CH single bond, CH double bond, CH2. N number of CH butadiene we are taking. And styrene is nothing but benzene ring attached with CH double bond CH2. This is N number of styrene molecule. This what we are doing, it is heating with sodium. On polymerization we are getting a Bunais structure. I will write here CH2 single bond CH, here this is shifting double bond CH single bond CH2, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 carbon. Next this bond is attached to this here CH, here it is attached with benzene ring, then again single bond CH2. This is a Bunais structure of Bunais. So we are taking 1,3-butadiene and styrene. On polymerization or heating with the sodium, we are getting a Bunais structure. So here butadiene and styrene is a polymerization in presence of sodium. Okay, we are going to heat it, form again this double bond will shifting to middle of the chain or center. It forms the Bunais structure. So why this name we call it as a Bunais means it is come from Bu means butadiene and Na means here Na we are using sodium over here, so that is sodium, and S stands for styrene. Like that the name will come, that is Bunais. Next we will move on to next, that is Buna-N. Monomer unit of Buna-N is butadiene and acrylonitrile. Butadiene structure I written earlier, that is CH2 double bond CH single bond CH double bond CH2, same structure, that is butadiene or 1,3-butadiene. Here we are using, instead of styrene we are using acrylonitrile. Acrylonitrile is nothing but NCH CN, we are using double bond CH2. This is acrylonitrile. On polymerization we are getting a Buna-N, same structure. This bond is shifting here CH2 single bond CH double bond CH single bond CH up to here. This will joining here CH CN single bond CH2. This is a structure of Buna-N. This is butadiene, this is acrylonitrile. On polymerization giving Buna-N. So this is commonly called it as a nitrile rubber. This is also commonly called as nitrile rubber. Let's see the uses. It is resistant to the action of petrol and lubricating oil and organic solvent. So it is used in the making of oil seals and tank lining, etc. These are the type of rubber. We have done natural and synthetic. So natural, we did only natural rubber which is obtained from latex of the tree, and then we did synthetic rubber, in that neoprene rubber, Bunais rubber and Buna-N rubber. So now we are going to do last part, that is biodegradable polymer. Biodegradable polymer. So here now, as we had already when started the chapter, we said that polymer that have extensive uses in today's life. We cannot live plastics, containers, rubber, everywhere we need polymer, isn't it? At the same time, there are a lot of polymers which are causing pollution in the atmosphere because they are going to non-biodegradable. Most common example that is going to be what? plastics, isn't it? So plastic, what is that is a polythene, isn't it? We have seen that they are hazardous issues in animals. We see in cows and buffalo, they eating plastic and suffocated by that. That is the reason by use of polythene that having less these days. So government is going to ban these plastics and packing materials elsewhere. They are planning that pollution that may not be created, isn't it? Initially what we are doing, we are going to market always getting polythene bags to carry our stuffs. Now either we need to carry our own bags, or you are getting paper bags or cloth bags in big showrooms as well. So why biodegradable polymers are formed? They going to degrade and then they are giving back to the atmosphere. That should be the main reason for the biodegradable polymers, as a result of which there is a less pollution in the atmosphere. That's why these biodegradable polymers are formed. Let's see the example of this biodegradable polymers. It is a very important part of this chapter. One question guarantee come from this biodegradable part. Okay, first example, that is PHBV, that is poly beta hydroxybutyrate co-beta hydroxyvalerate. This is the one of the copolymer. It is obtained by copolymerization. Okay, monomer units are copolymer of 3-hydroxybutanoic acid and 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. It is obtained from copolymerization. There are monomer units over here. I will write the structure of 3-hydroxybutanoic acid and 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. So here CH3, CHOH, CH2, COOH. So first is what? 3-hydroxybutanoic acid. This is the butanoic acid. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 butane, here oic acid, and 1, 2, 3 third position there is a hydroxy. That's why we are writing OH. Same way we will write the 3-hydroxypentanoic acid in chain. We are writing how many carbons? 5 carbons, isn't it? CH2, CH2, COH, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon. In that third position we are having hydroxy group. This is 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. We are taking n number of 3-hydroxybutanoic acid and 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. Okay, so on this we are getting a structure on polymerization. We are getting, I will write down here. Here what happened, this OH, okay, and this H, this will remove in the form of H2O. Okay, this oxygen will come to bind here. Here we are getting a ester linkage. I will write structure. Okay, first I will write this one. Here also this OH will remove, O, then CH, then this CH3 will write down, CH3, then this CH2, okay, then C double bond O, this will remove. Okay, this O will come and bind here and forms, then this CH will attach. Down I will write this part. Okay, CH2, CH3, and again this continued chain, CH2, C double bond O, like this. This polymer will continue. This is, we call it as a PHBV. So here we are having a ester linkage, C double bond O. Say, I will show one more time. C, CH, CH3, CH2, C double bond O, O, CH, CH2, CH3. This is continued chain, that is this one. Okay, CH2, again this OH will remove and combine with another compound remove in the form of H2O. Okay, this is PHBB. So this is the complete reaction. This is 3-hydroxybutanoic acid and 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. On polymerization we are getting PHBB. This is very important example for biodegradable polymer. So this polymer what we are using, this PHBB, this is undergo bacterial degradation in the environment. Let's see the uses of this biodegradable example, that is PHBB. It is used specially in packing of orthopedic devices, also used in controlled release of drug. What do you mean by controlled release of drug? We have seen capsules. Okay, capsules, what inside we are introducing or inside we are filling drug. Okay, outside capsule layer what we call it as that is made from PHBB. Okay, some medicines we are taking in the form of tablets, some in the form of capsules we are taking. These capsules in our body degrade it slowly and gradually. Only degrade when it requires, when our body requires, that time this drug release from that capsule. As a result, we know it as a controlled release of drug. Okay, so drug from capsule, that capsule outline lining is made up from this PHBB polymer. Okay, this PHBB polymer is bacterial biodegradation in the environment. And next we will move on to second, that is nylon to nylon 6. Next is monomer that is nylon to nylon 6. Monomer units are, it is also copolymer of glycine and aminocaproic acid. I will write the structure of glycine here. NH2 CH2 COOH n times. Okay, NH2CH2 COOH, that is glycine, plus aminocaproic acid, that is NH2 CH2 5 times COOH. This is also n time. NH2 CH2 5 times COOH. This is caproic acid. On polymerization, we are getting the nylon to nylon 6 structure. This is whole thing one structure. That is one polymer. Okay, NH CH2 C double bond here. NH, this H will remove. NH CH2 C double bond. This OH will remove, and this H will remove in the form of water. This OH and this will remove in the form of water. This C double bond O and NH will binding here. This is binding of, this is what, which binding we are calling? This is amide binding. Then this CH2 5 times and C double bond O. Same way this chain will continue. This structure we call it as a nylon to nylon 6. Here we are having a amide linkage. This is amide linkage. In PHBB we are having a ester linkage. In nylon to nylon 6 we are getting a amide linkage. So this is glycine, aminocaproic acid. On polymerization we are getting nylon to nylon 6. Uses of this, generally it is used in agricultural materials such as seed coating and personal hygiene products, etc. Okay, in this chapter, this completes the chapter. Okay, in this chapter we were getting on some questions from monomer units, generally from that reaction they are asked. In monomer unit, if they having 2 monomer in it, so half of marks will each monomer. And some questions from kind of reactions, that is polyester, polyamide, some reactions we have discussed now, that one question will coming from that, one question from monomer unit, one question from reaction, and one more question that is from biodegradable polymers. So total 4 to 5 marks question from this chapter. Thank you.